What's going on, everyone? This is Josh, aka Future Filmmaker 3940, over at Future Filmmaker 3940 Reviews, where we talk movies, TV shows, and music. We do reviews, top 10s, rankings, all that stuff. And with the release of Avengers Endgame, I've decided to rank all four Avengers movies from the worst to the best. Now, this is going to be a controversial ranking, so I am aware of that. But this is my opinion and no one else's, and I respect all people's opinions. Before I get started with the ranking, be sure to follow all my social media links down below to all of my social media. And be sure to check out my official website, be a part of my podcastiness by subscribing, and be sure to give me your list in the comments down below of how you rank the Avengers movies from the worst to the best. No hate comments. Let's get started with number 4. At number 4, we have Avengers Infinity War. Now, this is a great movie. I am not going to take anything from this film. I really do love Avengers Infinity War. Like I said, I praised this movie a lot ever since it first came out. What this movie was able to do was take all of our characters that we know and love from the MCU and put them all into one movie to face off our big baddie in the case of Thanos. And the story elements that they decided to do is really fantastic. It was really well done. You understand why Thanos wants to destroy the world and why he wants the Infinity Stones to destroy all life on Earth. But at the same time, you get as much screen time for all of our heroes, even if they're off doing separate things. You get a lot of great action scenes at the beginning of the movie. And the battle in Wakanda and on Titan is really awesome, and the climax is fun. Seeing the Guardians of the Galaxy interact with Spider-Man, the other Avengers, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange was really awesome. Josh Brolin did a fantastic job in the role. The only thing that brings us down, and the reason why I don't put this movie high on the list in my ranking as much as other people would, is because I'm not a fan of the ending of this movie. Because, like I said, it reminds me of Deathly Hallows Part 1, where all they do is just make you wait for next year. But I have to say, the after credit scene was setting up Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, which was an awesome movie, by the way, and setting her up for the fourth movie was really entertaining. So I can't complain too much with Infinity War. Coming in number 3 is the latest film, Avengers Endgame. This movie took 21 previous movies and all 11 years of planning, setup, and build-up, and it was worth the wait. It was truly a cinematic achievement in terms of superhero films, right next to The Dark Knight and Avengers Infinity War. This film is very action-packed, it is hilarious, there's a lot of emotional weight to it. In terms of character sacrifices and characterization, you get a lot of screen time for our original Avengers, but at the same time, you get to see our heroes go out and try and put things back to the way it was. The first act is my least favorite part of the movie, but I do appreciate the characterization they were trying to do. And seeing how things has gone to hell after the last film, the second act and the third act are my two favorite parts. I love the second and third half, especially that final battle. That was really something. Seeing Captain Marvel in this movie was really awesome, even though I wish she had more to do. And seeing Scarlet Witch use her full power towards Thanos was so awesome. And the girl power moment may be one of the most hated things so far, but I love the girl power moment. It represents female empowerment in the good way. It's not like What Men Want or Ghostbusters 2016. So I gotta say, Avengers Endgame was a satisfying end to the 4-part series. Coming in number 2 is The Avengers. This movie is still very well loved. What this movie managed to accomplish it accomplished very well. It took here. This easily could have been a failure. This easily could have been the end of the little cinematic universe they were planning back in 2008, but it puts all of our heroes in one movie with a very well directed script and a very well executed direction by the great Joss Whedon, and all of our 6 original heroes did a phenomenal job. Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, and Chris Hemsworth were all really great. And Samuel L. Jackson and Colby Smulders is also really great too. And Clark Gregg was really amazing. The villain Loki was very intimidating, and there's a lot of action sequences, a lot of great humor, a lot of great development for our characters, and the final battle at the end of this movie is still one of the best final battles in any movie or any superhero movie in history. And all the destruction, all of the awesomeness was really fun to see. And with all of the moments here that does make this movie what it truly is, The Avengers is still a cinematic masterpiece. But in number 1 is still Avengers Age of Ultron. I understand the hatred towards Avengers Age of Ultron. I can understand if some people say it's disappointing or it's underwhelming. But for me, I've always loved this movie ever since I first watched it. I thought it was just as great as its predecessor. It didn't need to go overly dark to be great as the trailers made it out to be. It did have a lot more humor this time around, and you do get a lot more development for Hawkeye in terms of his family. And you do get a little bit more development for your main heroes. And the original 6 actors do come back and do a great job once again. Ultron was a very intimidating villain, and James Spader was really great in the role. And Aaron Taylor Johnson, he may have had one movie as Quicksilver, but I'm hoping now with the MCU having the X-Men, we'll get to see him again. And Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch was a great introduction to the best MCU female character. Yes, the movie does feel a little rushed, and some of the Thor stuff was a little not needed, but I appreciate the effort, what they were trying to do with Avengers Age of Ultron, and that's what saves Avengers Age of Ultron for me for being a total disaster and being negative towards it, because there is a lot more good than bad in this movie, and Age of Ultron still remains as my favorite Avengers related movie. Now, that's all 4 Avengers movies ranked from the worst to the best. Let me know what you guys think of this ranking down below. Like I said, be sure to comment down below how you rank all 4 movies. Do you agree, disagree? Don't be nasty and don't be negative in the comments, because I will see them. Be sure to follow all my social media links in the description down below. Be sure to check out my website, and if you like what you see and you want to see more, like, comment, subscribe, and share and retweet. This is Future Filmmaker 394 Reviews signing out. You guys keep it cool and join the epitasticness.